I think there's a good chance these cryptos roll over. Bitcoin's at this major inflection point, and I'm looking at these crypto proxies, one of which is this riot. We looked at it yesterday. This could be an interesting little risk reward, scenario where there's just all the evidence of this multiple, bear pattern. You've got this long-term descending triangle. This is what QuantumScape looked like before it broke. And you've got this, double top here with the key reversals. So I like to also see, so at each top, you made a new high, close on the low, made a new high, close. So that tells me that that top is pretty real. Now you had a snap back to the neckline. You've had this little coil here, these two inside day bars. And to my mind, if you breach this, you're going to go lower. The only problem, and I said this yesterday, is that you're kind of huddled up against this. So, kind of like, can I see prices going straight down against this? Maybe, maybe not. But I think that this is an area where if you get short here, you've got a very small risk and, something that could, so maybe buy some puts or what have you. I might take a look at buying some puts here. The other one, that's the proxy, is Coinbase. Which had a, flurry to the upside, and nah, that still looks tricky. So again, it closed on the high. That looks tricky. This is the other one that I'm looking at, MARA. So again, I don't know if this is going to be a busted pattern or go back in the direction. So we're, at this inflection point where, based on what the market does, so I do think that we have a double top, head and shoulders, and this is the pattern. I think this pattern is valid. Now we've had a snapback, and it's just, again, I like to see something like that where I see a reversal, where I see some space where this thing can fall. So even if I, think this is going to go down, it's a bit tricky in my mind because you're bunched up against this thing, and can I see prices come down like this? Perhaps I think, if we take out, these two session lows, then this thing's going to start rolling over. We've got this trend line that it briefly broke through. And if we kind of get back through, so I think if we get back through 40, that's something that I would look at, and probably could open up a huge path lower pretty quickly. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on the crypto space. And then you had a whole bunch of, counter trend moves. I think you might be glad you didn't short Roku yesterday, Jonathan. I think very early in the morning you asked, is this a short? And
yeah, man, that just went up and up all day, didn't it?
Well, but that's it. So, once, and that's the thing, you really should do your homework before the session. Once things are moving during the day, then, this is snapping back to the breakout area. And so this is why I say the market's a betwixt and between, and I do trade these. So you get the head and shoulders here, you get a head and shoulders here, and this is a huge giant bear downtrend, and all you're doing is really snapping back to this breakout area. So very likely, you might come up here, and then you're going to roll over again. So, now we just need to wait, let it do its thing, let it put on its bar. Then, get one of these where you get a collection of something where you can understand that there's an area where you can get in. You can see, 45 is 1.3 million.
$1.3 million short.
So pop out a profit for 118,000 there. So you can see how this is going crazy now. You can see how the market's just going nuts. I bet like $1.6 million on this position. I'm showing right now $23,000 gain.